Hey guys, it's your girl Louisa and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, please comment, like, subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, I love you. I've also been gone for a long time, and this is exactly why I am doing this. I am doing like a series kind of sorta, where I am just kind of sharing with you guys my journey the past couple of months, really, what has been happening in my life and what like the Lord has just been doing in and through me, especially in me, because a lot has been happening inside of me, and I have a lot to share with you guys, and I really want to be transparent and vulnerable and share with you guys my testimony, you know what I mean? So wow, I don't know where to start. I'm actually a little bit nervous because like I actually don't know where to start. And the reason for this is because like I really want to be as real as possible. um so let me just get right into it, you know what I mean? Let me get right into this particular video, and then we'll take it from there, guys. So I am giving you guys an update on how my journey, this journey of purity, has been. So the last time, I think like 2 years ago, really 2 years ago, I had posted a video just after I got my purity ring, and I had kind of just explained why I got the ring and what I was hoping for in terms of like this journey. I had also said that like it wasn't really clear to me. I just knew that God was saving me for a thing, but I didn't necessarily know what it was, but I knew it was bigger and greater than myself, and I couldn't necessarily just be trapped in this idea that God was keeping me from something. I wanted to believe that God was actually keeping me for something. And I got this ring. There was a lot of like just like FOMO, not peer pressure, but more so FOMO, when your friends are doing things and people are going out and you just want to like do what they do and whatnot. But I felt as though there was just like this blockage, you know what I mean? I felt like an inner voice. I call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it intuition, but I felt like I just needed to take on this journey and like just be just to abstain for a while. So I got my ring, and I decided to wear it on my ring finger, because I also didn't want to just tamper around or just go around dating fella, just for fun. I wanted to focus on me and like what the Lord was really doing inside of me. But life happens. Yes, life happens, and I really wanted to share with you guys what has happened. And I'm also hoping to share with you guys how I have overcome the certain things that have happened. I'm not going to make this video long, so for this video, I'm just going to share with you guys the journey and the difficulties, really, of celibacy and abstinence. And I'm going to get right into it like now. So, right after I got my ring, I was actually involved with somebody, and we were involved like romantically, and very quickly like sexually, right? But we didn't have sex, but we were involved sexually. And I think like it's funny how like we could sometimes think that if I am not doing it, then I'm safe. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we didn't have sex. We just like played around. It's like, then is it really purity? You know what I mean? Is it really abstinence? Is it really celibacy if you are still getting sexual pleasure? So I was in this sexual relationship with somebody, and even though we did not have sex, it really did give me a huge burden, I think. I was in this state where I didn't feel worthy, right? I didn't feel worthy to wear my ring. But more so, I just didn't feel worthy to present myself to God. There was a lot of like condemnation. There was a lot of just like, how am I actually going to do this, right? And when I spoke about like purity in my old video, I did explain that this is more than just remaining pure in terms of sexually. It's remaining pure in your thoughts and your actions, in the way you speak to people, communicate with people. And I really like went downhill pretty quickly, and it wasn't just because of that aspect, but like because I was like so like heavily involved with this person. There was definitely an emotional soul tie there, and I'll definitely share more on soul ties. But there was an emotional soul tie, and then we really went through, or there was a separation, and I don't want to say we went through, but I think I went through like a very hard time when that separation occurred. So it was just like a whole lot of like things pointing back at self-worth, like, oh my gosh, am I actually worthy? And I really couldn't handle what I was going through. Um and that really put a toll on me, really. Like internally, I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. And I think a lot of it just had to do with the fact that I had really relied on this person, not just for my emotions, but I just really relied on him like for everything, really. Not financially, you know me. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But yeah, not financially, but I had relied on him for so much things, and then I later realized that all of this was an internal issue. All of this had to do with rejection. All of this had to do with abandonment. And all of this really is just a conversation for another day. But I realized that being abstinent or being celibate and keeping pure is hard. And I soon kept hiding behind this thing. So I was hiding behind this thing. I was hiding behind this ring. For some or other reason, I thought that this ring could give me the worth that I wanted. This ring could give me the validation that I wanted. This ring could probably ease the pain that I've went through. And I clinged on to the fact that I had this idea that I wanted to be pure, but I did not believe that I was pure. I did not believe that God saw me as pure. I did not believe that there was an ounce of worth within me. And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she said to me, so she'd always wanted to be an actress. And we all know, our whole friend groups know that this girl wants to be an actress. And then she said to me, I don't want to be an actress anymore. And I'm like, girl, what? Like, what's happening? Are you okay? And she said to me, no, I've realized that all my life I had been acting, and I thought that this is actually what I wanted to do, but it was what would feel comfortable. And then that kind of hit me. I was like, oh snap. I resonated with that, and not necessarily because I want to be an actress. I don't. But because I realized that I'm like pursuing purity, not because I have a genuine desire for it, but because all my life I did not view myself as pure. I did not see myself as worthy. And I thought that there was some sort of prize, middle, finish line, something that would tell me, show me that I am pure. So I clinged onto this ring, and unfortunately, I did not get what I was looking for. I did not get the validation that I was looking for. I did not get anything that was, as a matter of fact, I was like less sexually involved before I got this ring than I was after I got this ring. And it could have just been because I was chasing it. But then I realized that this is difficult, but it's also not my burden to carry. And I will share with you guys how I kind of overcame the battle within. And it has a lot to do with what happened in my childhood. It has a lot to do with the experiences that I've had with certain guys, and it also just has a lot to do with my exposure to pornography, and with just sexual immorality, really. That I It was difficult. It was absolutely difficult for me to get to a point where I said, okay, it's not about where I've been. It's not about what I've done, but it's more so about how God sees me and who He says I am. And to get to that point is extremely difficult. My friend, Carly Janae, she wrote a book called It Hurts to Heal. And around that time, I was really going through a very hot season, and I felt like, wait, you can get also like I'm going to die. But I'm realizing more and more that it actually hurts to be pruned. It hurts to go through this process. It hurts, and it's difficult. And I wanted y'all to know that you guys are absolutely not alone. in this journey of celibacy. You're not alone in this journey of being pure. You actually shouldn't even feel condemned, shouldn't feel guilty. And I want to obviously share with, I've been saying this forever, but I want to share more in detail with you guys what it took to go from perversion to purity, and how the re like what is this renewing of my mind, it just had to play a big role. And reading scriptures, all of this stuff really helped. And I want to share with you guys next week how that looks. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all.